welcome everybody to the 40th episode of the Take Aim Gamescast. I'm your host, Scott Mills, the Microsoft/PC expert. On my left, I've got Brett Wolf, the usually PlayStation expert.
Are we on?
And on my right, I've got Eric King, the Nintendo expert.
Sorry.
Slash a little bit of everything. And the newsman. Oh, yeah. Oh, you guys are paying attention?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, hi.
I'm finishing this this dungeon really quick on,
Oh, yeah.
on Zelda. Hold
Yeah,
on.
this Zelda game
Let me save it
that
really
came
quick.
out is pretty good, huh? Well, before we do that, I will need a little bit of your attention
All
away
right.
from Zelda. I'm very sorry, but we
It's
have to
hard,
do
Scott.
trivia.
We have to?
We
Alright,
do.
fair enough.
This week, your host of trivia is me, the Microsoft/PC expert. Let's go through what the scores are right now. In third place, we've got Eric with 10 points. In second place, we've got Brett with 13 points. And currently in first place, probably going to be passed up, is me with 15 points.
Got made it really hard this week, so we can't pass them.
Yeah, so what's our
Hopefully it's not that bad.
what's our topic for today?
Okay, the topic for today is video game alien race names. So
Oh,
get
Jesus
ready to
Christ.
know your
What?
races.
What the
I've never
fuck?
played an alien game.
All right.
Race names? Oh, God. What the fuck, Scott?
Race names. Okay.
I hope there's some Halo questions.
Question number 1. In the Mass Effect games, what race is the character Garrus Vakarian a part of? And this as a bonus question. We're just going to go right in question 1 with the bonus question. The race that Garrus is a part of is one of the council race, the 3 council races in the first game. What are the other 2 council races?
I know there's one of those fat things. I don't know what
You guys
that
just
thing's
recently played this game.
Yeah,
More recently
I haven't
than
played it in
me.
like 2 years.
called. I just know he's one of the fat aliens. I don't know what the race is.
Not the guy that he mentioned. He's not fat.
Garrus?
Oh, Garrus. No, he's a
Gar-
tall motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a tall like soldier
Yeah.
type.
I definitely
I thought he was
you
a
guys
fat
would
fucking
be
turd
better
looking
with
thing.
this.
No, I have
Star
no.
Wars guy looking thing.
Okay.
I mean, doesn't he have like a
Sound
scouter
right.
like Dragon Ball Z? Does he have like a scouter and stuff too? I know exactly,
Yeah.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're probably not getting
but
what.
no, I have no
what his
idea.
name is. Okay. We'll go on to question number 2. In the Elder Scrolls continent of Tamriel, the province of Skyrim is home to which race of people?
I'll take a guess. I don't know if this is right though. I thought a lot of races lived there.
Well, yeah. Like each province has like their own like
Main
race.
race?
Yeah, main race.
I thought it was mixed.
I mean, there are parts of every race that are in there, but
Well, I'll take it. I took a guess. So.
okay. Okay, in the Legend of Zelda
It's kinda like the United
games,
States.
this is a race of desert-dwelling woman warriors. One male is born every 100 years.
Wait, what was the question?
Okay, in the Legend of Zelda games, this is a race of desert-dwelling woman warriors. One male is
Jesus
born every
Christ.
100 years.
If we're kind of like close, will you give it to us?
I guess so.
Because I might not get the exact pronunciation,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, as long as you like.
have the general idea.
know-
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't let Eric. Eric's using his phone, Scott. It's not
off
fair.
to a lot harder
Touchman.
start than what I thought it would be for you guys. Okay.
It's harder for
Question.
this. Oh.
No, this one should be the easiest one.
Okay.
Okay. First introduced in Final Fantasy II and have since been featured in some capacity in nearly every Final Fantasy title, these galliform birds commonly have yellow feathers and are typically used for transport around the world.
Oh.
The dodos?
Close.
I know what the fuck he's talking about. I don't know what the fuck they're called.
I mean, I can see it. I know who he's talking about. But I might not get the spelling right, but
Yeah, you have to spell it right, Scott?
no, Scott said that as long as it's close.
As long as
and it
you
makes
have
sense.
kind of the pronunciation right. I mean, it's,
I don't know what the fuck they're called. I just know they're like dodo birds.
Well, I feel like it's really like a slang word. When it comes up, I'll let you know what I
Oh
put.
boy, okay.
You'll see, like, what the fuck?
Oh boy, yeah, this is. I thought these were gonna be easier for you guys than what they are. Okay, number 5. In StarCraft, Sarah Kerrigan is captured and becomes infested,
Yes.
eventually transforming into the infamous Queen of Blades and the ruler for this race.
I have no idea.
There's only 3
I'm just trying
races
to remember
in
the name of those
StarCraft.
fucking birds in Final Fantasy.
yeah, yeah. We can start with that one. Okay. Number 6. In the Halo games, these creatures are thought to be giant monsters, but they are actually an assemblage of worm-like entities called Lekgolo that creates a large armor-plated form. They always fight and travel in pairs, known as Bond Brothers, and are the strongest of the Covenant fighting units. What do the humans call these creatures?
Take a guess.
Alright. Okay, and then number 7. In the Destiny game universe, this race is a warmongering race of giant bipedal humanoids with heavy-set rhinoceros-like appearance. Okay, and number 8, I was going to make harder, but I'm going to make it easier. The latest God of War games feature this culture's gods.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, God. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
okay. Okay, and that is it for those 8 questions.
Well, I have 4 guesses, so I think I 50%.
Oh boy. Okay, number 1, Mass Effect. What race is Garrus Vakarian?
No idea.
Oh, wait. Spectre?
No, not the Spectres.
I got nervous for a second. Like,
That's
I'm
like the council's. That's like
elite.
yeah,
like-
they're like special forces
Yeah.
group.
He was a Spectre, wasn't he?
No,
I don't think he
Garrus
was.
was not a Spectre, but he wanted to become one. He might have gotten there in 2 or 3.
Yeah, I thought he became one.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. He still didn't get the question.
Okay, so the answer is
That's really half of them.
he is
No.
a Turian,
Turian.
and then
okay.
the other 2 were Asari and Solarian. So okay. So, question number 2, the Elder Scrolls. What is the main race that lives in Skyrim?
I said nomads.
I said Nords.
It is the Nords.
Oh,
Eric
see,
has
I was
the
close.
point.
Damn it. Nomads. I don't know why I put nomads. I mean, I was close, but
Okay.
was
Number
confident.
3, the Legend of Zelda games. The desert-dwelling woman warriors. One male is born every 100 years.
you put a guess.
No, I couldn't.
I put the Gerudos.
That's correct.
All right, cool.
So,
What is
gets
it?
a
What
point.
is it called?
The Gerudos.
Yeah, the Gerudos or Gerudo.
Gerudos.
Yeah.
Like, remember,
It's
like.
not Gerudo.
Gerudo.
It's Gerudo.
Gerudo.
Okay, I still wrote it down.
Well, he did write it with the G. So
Yeah,
he,
I did.
He wrote
Yeah,
it
but
down
he said it
correct.
wrong. That's
He,
what-
No, this guy
he
said
wrote
it
it
didn't
down
matter.
with the exact
Yeah.
spelling that it is.
Yeah, who cares?
He gets a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Number 4. The Final Fantasy creatures, the birds, yellow birds that are used for
Oh,
traveling
I'm
around the
thinking
world. Yeah, you can say it before I say the answer.
Is it like Choo Choo or something?
I put Chickaboos.
You're
It's not Chickaboos.
close-ish.
I knew I was close.
Those are.
It's not Chickaboos.
It
I
is
know that.
Chocobo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
That doesn't
on!
fucking count.
Half a point.
I should get for Choo Choo then.
No, you don't. I
You
put
guys had the first 2 letters.
Yeah, chickaboos.
Sorry.
That's what
Yeah.
I was kind of slang like a chickaboo.
Choo Choo slang for.
Chocobos.
I
Very well,
definitely
yeah.
thought you guys would be better at that. I'm sure Colin will be disappointed.
He will. He'll be upset.
Okay, and then number 5 was the StarCraft question. What race is the Queen of Blades? The answer is the Zerg.
Okay, yeah, I put Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna guess that one.
Okay. I thought you played StarCraft, Eric.
Beta, maybe.
Like, okay. Okay, number 6 was the Halo question. The warriors that fight in pairs, the big.
I said elites. I didn't know if that was right.
No.
I said the Flood.
No, they're the hunters.
I thought it was the elites.
The elites are the ones like the Arbiter.
Yeah, but I thought they were in pairs.
What? No, they're the leaders of the grunts. The pairs are the hunters. They're the big ones that fire the big green.
yeah.
I was
like,
just trying to trick
cannon
Scott
or
to give me
whatever.
a point.
Okay,
It's not working.
No, that was not it. Okay,
Yeah, it was Hunters, you're right.
Okay, Destiny, the rhinoceros-looking creatures.
I said the Cabal.
That is
yeah.
correct.
Oh, nice.
To the point.
Damn.
Tied with Scott.
Motherfucking points.
Okay, and then number 8, the God of War. What culture's gods are the latest games based off of?
Norse.
Yes, that is correct. Okay.
Wait, go ahead, look at it.
I'm just making sure you spelled it right.
So you guys each got 3 correct. So now updated standings. Brett has now taken the lead at 16. I'm at 15, and Eric is at 13.
Jeez.
So yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be.
I mean, I still have done the
going
least
forward.
amount of weeks, though.
No, we're all covered
So
now.
actually, now we're tied.
Yeah, we're all
Okay.
tied on who's
Okay.
hosting,
Yeah,
so that's
those
the
Now it's
final
time for
round.
hard league, fuckers.
Yeah, you guys. I think you guys struggled with those more than the dates on.
No, the dates
Oh, I
are
got three
bullshit.
right.
But yeah, I mean a couple of them like
Wasn't too bad.
a couple of them I think were kind of like Nomads. That was close. Chickaboos. That was pretty
Yeah,
close.
Choo Choos, that was
You're
close.
Yeah.
Okay. So now on to the topic that you guys started on. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom came out last week, and you, Eric, had posted on Twitter, like, you asked people what did they think it was going to come out to critically with the score, the aggregate
Well, yeah,
score.
Take Aim Games asked, and
Like,
then you
yeah.
got into the comments first. And what'd you say for score?
Oh, I said like 9. I said probably between 9. Yeah, I think it was 92. And I think it's sitting at a 97 now.
Guessing a little low there, Scott.
A little bit. I was off by
I said
5.
98.
Yeah, you were closest, I think. I don't know. Did you put a guess in on that?
I didn't, but I knew it was gonna be the high 90s, but I did not put a guess in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I kind of agree with Eric that I thought it would be like a 98.
Yeah, so this is up there. Is again one of the greatest games of all time. Yeah.
Are we
So-
throwing around that like?
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Go
No,
ahead.
yeah. I wanted to ask Eric this important question first. Is Tears of the Kingdom more fun / better than Overwatch?
Oh,
2?
yeah, that's absolutely better than Overwatch. Are you kidding me? I just play Overwatch because it's like easy access when I get home. And like
Yeah.
when I'm working and I only got like an hour or something to play something, then I just
Yeah.
hop on Overwatch a little bit. But no, this is absolutely way better than Overwatch or any other game that Phil Spencer tries to buy out.
He's
So-
gonna have to try to buy out all of Nintendo. That's-
That might be next, so good luck, Phil.
Yeah. Okay. So Brett, what were you gonna say? Or...
Well, no, just talking about like when Eric was mentioning that it's the greatest game of all time or whatever. Do you think like? Because I was seeing some like Zelda rankings, and people were saying like this is the best Zelda game of all time, and I feel like that's going to be set for the next game too. This is the best Zelda game of all time. Are we throwing around like that a little bit loosely in terms of when Breath of the Wild came out, the greatest game of
It
all
was
time,
the
greatest Zelda game of all time?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
So you think that each of these iterations is better than the previous one, and
Yeah.
it's better than the? I mean, I still
Well, which one would you prefer over this?
just based off of like either Breath of the Wild or probably Ocarina of Time.
You'd rather play Ocarina of Time right
I didn't
now?
say that. I didn't say that. I said in terms of greatest game of all time, in terms of how it changes the gaming landscape.
No, you didn't
What-
say that.
But that's what I am saying though.
I thought
What
you said greatest game
Ocarina
of
of
all
Time coming to? Well, I'm just saying like, or Tears of the Kingdom coming out. Everybody's like, yeah, this is the best game of all time. But it's like, you know, is it even the best game of that franchise? And And I have some points why. I'm not gonna get into them right now. Sal will probably lead us into it. But I mean, is it better than Breath of the Wild? Is it better
I
than?
hope so. It's like a sequel to it. Like they.
And that's what I want to get into.
Well, there's a lot of sequels that come out though that aren't as good as the previous game. Like take Halo for example, Halo 5. That game just keeps getting
I
worse
thought
and
Halo
worse.
2 was better than Halo 1.
But after 3, it just gets worse and worse.
I think Halo.
Well, yeah, I mean, once you.
Well,
have so many.
think about like when I think about like Zelda.
Yeah, this is like the 15th Zelda probably.
When I look back at like what Ocarina of Time changed in terms of previous Zelda games, going to 3D, that 3D space, be able to lock on targets and everything, and I feel the same with Breath of the Wild too. Huge open world, you know.
So you're
tons of shit
saying
to
like
do.
what game changed the game the most? You know what I mean?
I think that's what you
Changed the
consider to
landscape.
be. Yeah, I think that's what you consider to be the greatest games of all time. I mean, look at God of War. How much that? I think of God of War 2018. Looking at that against other God of War games, how much it changed that franchise and how big of a deal that was to change a whole.
So you don't think this game's like a landscape changer type of game?
No,
Yeah.
I think it's a great game.
Like
but
what are some games like that came out somewhat recently, like in the last 20 years that you would say are like landscape changers? Because I got a few I would think. of.
Halo.
The first Halo?
Yeah, the first Halo.
First Halo.
Because that was such a big deal when that game came out, right? I remember playing it at
Yeah.
Babbage's.
And
or-
that was
it
like
really,
the co-op game.
Like
too,
launched
like-
Xbox into being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God of War 2018. The Last of Us.
Yeah. Those,
How about
those
Ocarina of
How
Time.
about Skyrim?
Skyrim. That's fair.
I'd say Super Smash Bros.
In the past 20 years.
Oh, you said Ocarina of Time, so.
Oh, did I? Is that? Holy shit! Okay, scratch that. But no, that's what I'm saying. Though is like I got kind of fatigued by everybody throwing around Tears of the Kingdom. And again, don't get me wrong, it's the best game this year for sure. It's a very fun game. It deserves all the accolades it's going to get, and it has gotten. But like when I look at the impact from this game, looking back to what it was for, because I mean I kind of thought Breath of the Wild was, you know, amazing.
It was unique.
It was like, you know, yeah, it was unique. It was different than what was the previous Skyward Sword, right? Was the one before
Not good.
Breath of the Wild, right? But I'm going off a tangent, but I just want to ask if I feel like this is like the.
Well, I think it's a little early.
So
to,
do
like,
you
determine if
feel
it's,
like you're having more fun with this version? Like, do you feel like they fixed things from Breath of the Wild? Like, are you having more fun with this game than Breath of the Wild?
Well, so I guess where I'm at in the game right now is, and Eric and I have not talked about this, so this is all new information for both of us when we're sharing. But I've beaten one dungeon, I guess, or one temple so far.
Probably the same one as me, because I texted you, like, have you done any main quests the other day?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm over here. And I, like, turned back. I'm like, all right, I'm going over there, because it doesn't seem to be working out where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I was getting killed in, like, one hit where I was at.
Well, the thing about Zelda games, too, which I love, is that it's not a role-playing game where you're gatekept from leveling. You don't level up.
Yeah.
You can get more hearts, you get more stamina, you get better weapons, but you can pretty much go anywhere you want to go.
That's what I was trying to do when I first got it. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna like look anything up. I'm just gonna like go on the game and go wherever the fuck I want. And yeah, I went right to Death Mountain, and I was getting my ass kicked up there. It was like everything was one hitting me. So
Well,
I'm like, did you do any main quest yet? And you're like, yeah, I'm over in northwest or whatever.
Northwest, yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
I'm trying to spoil anything since this game's only been out for like a little less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm avoiding
But,
spoilers. I'm not gonna go into any
but the game-
main topic.
The game pushes you though in that direction. If you're reading like the dialogue and stuff,
Yeah.
they push you, and then the ability that you get after completing that is, I think, vital
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Have you beaten that first temple?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. It really helps propel you through the game, I think, quicker.
Yeah, I didn't need it to get to where I was at, but yeah, definitely would have like helped down where I was at though. I don't want to like spoil anything like you said, but
Yeah.
Does it feel different than
yeah,
Breath of the Wild?
it feels more less empty. This
Okay.
one, I think.
That's
Well,
good.
like it seems like there's more people in it, more NPCs. There's more like things to do like per square foot. Cause like there's like a lot of random stuff you can find around. Like I don't know if you've been doing like any of those signs, like the President Hudson. Dude, I didn't know what the fuck to do for those.
No,
at first.
I said hi to him, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah, I did it like 3 times to him. I came up to him and I'm like, okay, what the fuck do I do here? I'm like, oh, why don't you just try letting it go? I did it like 3 different times.
Yeah, me
And
too.
I'm like,
Me
oh
too.
my God.
So have you guys unlocked any of the new powers yet? Because we saw in the trailers what some of the new powers were, like building like your own.
Yeah, you
crafts.
unlocked. Yeah.
Those are early on.
That's
so you guys
early
have
on,
some
yeah,
of
you
the
unlocked that
new
right away.
powers
Yeah.
already. Okay.
But I want to go back to the difference between Breath of the Wild, or the fun fact between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think this is. I wouldn't even consider this a sequel, honestly. In terms of like what I'm about to say is that it feels just like Breath of the Wild. It feels like it's Breath of the Wild 2. Exactly how we were all talking about it when it was announced. But it doesn't feel like a sequel to me in terms of gameplay and going through the game. Like, I feel like with Breath of the Wild, especially the tutorial area, I was like blown away. I had fun doing the tutorial. Whereas Tears of the Kingdom, I couldn't wait to get out of the tutorial area.
The tutorial was too long.
It was long. It was like 3 hours long, right? Mm-hmm. And I got lost several times, and it wasn't fun. I couldn't wait to get to Hyrule.
Well, the problem I think was like it was reteaching you all the stuff you already knew from Breath of the Wild. I think that's why you were probably getting kind of annoyed with the tutorial, because like you said, it was like 3 hours long. And yeah, it's just reteaching you shit, except for like a few extra like new things, like the Ultra Hand and
so
like that box thing. Whatever.
We're starting to get a little bit negative here, but let's just be clear here. This is still an extremely good game, and Eric, you said at the beginning, like you think it's like the best, like probably number 1 on your game favorite.
Yeah, there's a lot of things they improved upon.
Yeah.
Like,
so
like random stuff to do.
I'll say that I talked to my brother a couple days ago about it, and I think he said he's like 2 temples in or something, and he said that in his opinion, they fixed every problem he had with Breath of the Wild, and he thinks it's just an incredibly much better game than Breath of the Wild was.
Well, one of the improvements I like was like now you can kind of like there's all kinds of ways to get way up in the sky. And you can use that
so
to,
there
like,
are 2
around,
different
so
worlds.
it's like
three different
I heard
worlds.
that there's above ground and there's a below ground, kind of like with Elden Ring.
There is.
Where they got this whole expansive.
The crazy thing is, it's like all seamless too. Like you can go from like all the way up in the sky to like the underneath without like hitting any load screens or anything like that, which is pretty impressive on like
That's very
OLED
impressive.
hardware.
Yeah, no, the game runs. I mean, besides some of the frame rate issues I saw when I first started playing it.
Yeah, they update that because I haven't noticed it lately.
I guess I haven't noticed it either. But
I did get an update.
When I first booted it up, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, this is
when you were like using the Ultra Hand by like the water, it would kind of.
Well, even like the grass was kind of like not even looking good.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't get me wrong. Like I'm pointing out some negatives just because this game isn't 100. But I'm still being blasted with it. Like every time I have free time, I'm booting it up. Like,
Yeah,
I put
you'd
down.
rather play this than any other game that's come out this year.
I haven't even really touched Horizon.
Yeah.
And what I tell myself is a great game is a game that you can't stop thinking about. And that's what Tears of the Kingdom is. I can't stop thinking about it. I want to keep playing it. And when when I'm done working, I look forward to playing it.
Yeah.
Just some of the stuff that that point out just kind of bothers me because again, like it just feels like part 2 instead of like a full blown like sequel. I would be curious to see what Sean, if he was here, what he would say that improved on, because maybe I haven't thought about that. Like
he said that the enemy, like he said that there's a ton of new enemy types. He said that he thought that there weren't enough enemy types, and like Eric said, he said that the world felt really empty in Breath of the Wild.
It did.
And
Eric's right about that,
I think that was a big one. And then he just said, like, with all the underground, like, he said it's really impressive because they, like, redid the entire world. Like, you can't even recognize it. Like, the main overworld is still like the same continent as what the Breath of the Wild one was, but they literally rethought every element of it to be useful with these new abilities that you have instead of the Breath of the Wild abilities.
It is cool. I feel like when you're doing like shrines and everything too, there's so many solutions that you can come up with.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like some of the stuff I'll do, I'm like, that's not how you're supposed to do it. I'm like, this is like the most like shitty way to do this, but like it worked. So.
Yeah, but it's cool. Like I pre-ordered the guidebook for the game. It's coming in June, and I'm really curious to see like how they tell you to do it, and then think back to how I did that.
Yeah, I'm like building stairs and shit, and I'm like, this definitely, like, I'm probably supposed to build like a balloon here and like fly up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm over here like building stairs and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think the characters are, I like the characters, and it's I guess I can see that.
Yeah.
I think
he's also
the
a much
Koroks are
bigger
kind of
fan
annoying
of
to
the
deal
intro.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll never forget in Breath of the Wild where you wake out of the Shrine of Resurrection, whatever it was called, or Awakening.
Climb over the hill.
And you can climb up the hill, and you see, like, I'll never forget that. That's probably one of my favorite moments of gaming that I've experienced in my life.
Yeah.
And the music, the ambiance, everything, and it goes into the telescreen, like, I'm like, whoa! I didn't really get that.
Because this one you kind of knew what you were walking into, because you know it's like sort of the same world.
But I thought the opening cutscene, I guess, was cool. To kind of set the story of what we were getting ourselves into and how the world was going to be changed. I thought that was fun. But yeah, once you got to the tutorial area and you go to multiple points in the map, I'm like, man, it was cool at first.
Yeah.
I just couldn't wait to get back to Hyrule.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, I'm one temple in, so
There's still a lot.
and guess what I'm doing now? Like,
How many hearts you got?
I have 7 now, and I have 3 stamina upgrades.
Yeah, we'll be talking about
I think
this
I got,
some
like,
more in the episodes, the following episodes.
Oh yeah, I want to
Yeah,
pump up
okay.
stamina. 'Cause I didn't do that. I didn't do that for Breath of the Wild. I put everything in the hearts. And
Well, I figure I don't need stamina that much. I'm fucking just flying around.
yeah, but also when you're using,
I ain't climbing anymore. Fuck that.
well, it's not. Well, even just like moving around, you still need stamina as well.
Yeah, if you want to run, but.
Well, no, even
I'll
flying.
just build myself a cart and fucking drive around.
Yeah,
Or a fucking airplane or something.
I guess you could, but then that takes time and
Horses, too.
resources. Yeah, me too. But one final thing though too is like I beat the first temple, and I haven't even started making my way to the second temple that I want to do. Like I'm just running around unlocking pieces of the map.
Oh, dude, I only have like 2 towers left to get.
See, that's what I'm working on now. Is just getting all the.
I just was doing like temples or whatever all along the way. Like whenever I found one.
Let me ask you this too: do you feel over encumbered by the amount of quests? I have tons of quests in my log, and I feel like I didn't have that issue with Breath of the Wild. Didn't have that. I don't feel like Breath of the Wild had that many quests.
Well, yeah, that's part of like having the world more full though. I think, but I don't know, like too many yet. I mean, I probably got like 7 or something.
Are you knocking them out, or are you just kind of like keeping them?
I'm mostly knocking them out if I can. If they don't seem like they're gonna be like a fucking slog to get through, but
Yeah. And then the shrines I hate the most are the ones you got to bring that thing to the thing to open it up. You know, I don't want to give it away, but
are you talking about like the ball?
not the ball, but like a stone. Have you had any of those yet?
Yeah, like the stone ball.
No, it's not a stone ball. No, to activate the shrine.
Yeah, stone ball.
It's not a stone ball, dude.
Oh, you're talking about the.
It's just a stone.
Yeah. Like something like the shrine quest.
Oh, you're talking about like I seen one in the sky where it had like a ladies on
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
He's starting to get it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I don't want no spoilers. Sorry,
I think we're going to talk about this in future episodes to come. And I think that I would really love this game too. Because I think that it has a lot of those elements that I like in Elden Ring. Like for me, like that experience of that like coming out into this big open world kind of thing, because I didn't play Breath of the Wild. it was more in Elden Ring. But I know that Elden Ring was probably influenced by Breath of the Wild to do an open world type of thing.
Yeah.
So I probably will try to play this game at some point. I need to play this game, but there's too many other games that I want to get to.
Have you played any Zelda games before?
Not really. I've seen them, but I've never like actually played one before.
No,
so.
you can't watch it. You got to actually play it.
Yeah.
And then then you can.
Yeah, like I haven't really delved into Zelda very much. Yeah, so let's move on. So, Eric, what's this? What's this thing?
It's just a decoration. No, I don't get no.
Just a decoration. That
Yeah.
looks like a pretty
I
nice
ended up getting one of
decoration.
these. What do you call them, Brett? The Switch Edge, DualShock Edge. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, DualSense Edge.
Okay.
There you go, DualSense Edge.
So this is
But yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, kind of like an
Nice.
Xbox Elite controller.
yeah.
But
I got the nice little hair triggers here, and I got the back buttons. So now I can go like pro and
Yeah,
know,
so
Overwatch.
would
so.
you say you like this Elite controller better than the Xbox one?
Oh, what am I trying to do here? Am I trying to like tick off the fanboys? Like,
No, I'm curious what you think of it compared.
The
Because
triggers
you've
seem
used
better.
both Elite controllers before.
I like
right?
his back triggers better.
well, yeah, you can
So
swap
you
them out
would-
too. Like, they got the actual like paddles if you want them, but no, they do have like nice little buttons. But I mean, for each, there's like subtle differences that maybe you prefer over the other. Like this one, Brett just said has like back buttons you can put it on instead of like
Mhm.
straight hair. What do you call
Yeah,
them?
the-
Triggers.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
pedals,
think they're like
the back
pedals.
pedals,
Yeah.
It's heavy.
But they also have pedals too if you want the paddles. But
Mhm.
then it's got like the old kind of PlayStation
Oh, okay.
DualShock
There you go.
analogs. And then the other good thing I was talking to Brett about was you can like switch out your analog sticks. Like if one of them breaks, you can buy like a $20 one to replace it. But I probably like the Elite controller better just because I like the placement of the left stick better on Xbox controllers. But
Yeah. How about
that's the only thing
how about
on
the
Xbox
grips?
that I can think
Yeah.
of
How about the grips?
that I
Like
prefer
the
over.
you grip the handlebars. Like.
Oh yeah, they're like rubber.
yeah,
on
these
the
are-
Elite, aren't they?
Yeah, they're more rubbery. Yeah. But
Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean,
that's
there's subtle
very nice.
differences each
Though.
way, though,
That's very
so.
nice.
Because yeah, I used to have an Elite controller too, but now I don't.
That's pretty cool.
Do you
I don't
want
have
water?
Xbox anymore. Yeah, you want power?
Yeah, please.
All right, so we're gonna take
Grab
that
one.
and we're gonna go right into our PlayStation discussion. So last week, or 2 weeks ago, I think did you bring it up on the podcast that Jeff Grubb had rumored that there's gonna be a PlayStation showcase that was gonna be happening, and it was gonna be happening before all the other showcases.
Yep.
Well, that did officially get announced. It's going to be happening this Thursday. We're recording on Tuesday. This will be up on Wednesday morning, so it'll probably be tomorrow from when you guys are watching this.
Oh, you're
the-
gonna get
the
posted tonight?
PlayStation.
Huh? You're gonna get posted
Yeah,
tonight?
yeah, yeah. I'm going to try to. And I need to. But yeah, so that's going to be
Time is that
happening
tomorrow?
Thursday. So we're
Oh,
going to do our.
Thursday, shit.
It's happening Thursday, the showcase.
I
Yeah, what time is
Is
it?
it? I thought it was tomorrow.
I thought it was Thursday.
I was hoping it was tomorrow.
It's
I'm at work.
Thursday.
I think it's the 24th. I thought.
I'll look it up. Keep going, Scott.
Okay.
I thought. Well, one thing is, if it is tomorrow, I will not be watching it live. So I will be. So when you text about it, I'll tweet about it after I got off of work.
Okay.
I have to work until 5 tomorrow. So.
Okay. Well, we're gonna be doing
24th of May.
prediction.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
tomorrow.
It's tomorrow at 4.
Wow. Okay, I gotta get this thing
4 p.m.
posted
Eastern.
quick. Okay. So yeah. So let's do some predictions. We'll just go through predictions and see how many each of us do. I'll write them down here, and then we can kind of keep scoring. Kind of like we used to do with the E3 ones.
Okay.
It's not the same
I
as
didn't know we were
E3,
getting
but-
that serious about it. I have
Oh,
more
you don't.
predictions.
Oh, we don't have to.
No, you can
We
do
don't
it.
have
No, I'll be fun.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can do it.
Okay, I don't have many predictions.
Just preface it by saying I didn't do any type of research on this.
I didn't either. I don't think Eric did either, so we're in the same boat.
So, do you want me to kick it off?
Yeah, so let's go with your first prediction, Brett.
Okay.
I'm second. House goes last.
I would say
That's usually how it goes.
I think we are gonna get a trailer for Ghost of Tsushima 2. I think that's a pretty. We haven't heard anything from Sucker Punch. The game came out in what, 2020? Was that when it came out? 2020, not 2021? Yeah, it was 2020, I think. And we don't know what. I think we saw Sucker Punch had some like job listings on like Indeed or LinkedIn for Ghost of Tsushima. So I think it's pretty safe to say that we're gonna get a trailer for it.
Okay. Do you think there's gonna be any release window with it, or?
If I take a guess, probably 2024. I mean, that gives it, what, 4 years development? So,
Yeah.
I think that would be... Because, I mean, they had to start working on it right after it came out because of how acclaimed it was, so...
Ghost of Tsushima 2 trailer. So we don't have to have the release window in order for you to get a point for that? Just the fact that there's a trailer? Because I think that would be pretty big news.
Yeah,
Okay. Eric?
I think we're gonna get to see the rumored Sony handheld,
Ooh.
which is rumored to be like streaming games, I think, or something. I thought that was your big complaint about it, Brett.
Like for cloud?
Isn't it supposed to stream from the cloud or something?
Yeah. Well, they just announced a controller thing. I forget what it's called for like Android phones. Now that you can use it to play like off your phone.
Oh, really? So you think they're getting big into the cloud now?
I think they're gonna have to.
That sounds like it.
Yeah, if they're doing the handheld thing, the rumors are it's remote play only, so yeah, they would need to really be invested in their cloud infrastructure, I think.
Are they gonna try to compete with Game Pass, maybe?
Well, they've got their own subscription service thing now.
Yeah, but they won't. No.
They ain't gonna push
They're not
like
gonna
that.
do
They ain't gonna
day
do
one
day one.
releases.
Because that's how games get bad, when you do day one
That's right.
releases.
That's right.
Okay. So my prediction is gonna be we're going to see as a trailer for Spider-Man 2, and there's gonna be a release date for this year.
Yeah, really.
I was gonna say that's
End
a big
of this
prediction.
year.
Yeah, really. Going off on it.
No, yeah, I think that for that one, because I think it's pretty safe to assume they're going to show Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I think
pretty safe.
they're going to say it's releasing this year.
Well, haven't they already said that's releasing this year in 2023?
Well, so we'll say they have a hard release date in November.
In November.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Jim Ryan had an interview, and he still expects Spider-Man 2 to come out in 2023.
Okay.
So.
Nice.
Okay.
Release date in November.
So do you only get a point then if it's released for November?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say we're gonna get a reveal for Blue Point's next game,
Ooh, okay.
and it won't be a remake. It's gonna be an original IP from Blue Point.
Ooh.
So Blue Point's a brand new studio now under the Sony umbrella. Previous games like Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus were both remakes. So this would be a brand new IP.
Okay, so it has to be an original IP.
Yep. By Blue Point.
Created to the point.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna piggyback off of Scott and say we're gonna see Wolverine, and it's gonna have a release year of 2024.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's lofty. So you think they would come? Well, they have like two studios. So they have a Spider-Man studio, and they had a studio that was working on Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Release
It's been a while since we had some big shit from Sony, like announcement.
Well, and it said in a blog post too that they're really focusing on first-party studios. So
Alright.
this is a showcase, not a state of play.
Mhm.
So you expect to see some heavy hitters. This is what they would have shown at E3 if there was one.
Yeah.
So, and we haven't had a showcase since
It's been
2020 for the PS5 reveal. That's when they showed Demon Souls. They showed.
So
It's
two
been
years. 2 years, right?
3 years.
Oh, okay. They
Mhm.
didn't have one in 2021?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember a showcase just like since 2020.
Okay. Wow. So Wolverine would also be Insomniac, right?
It would be, yes.
Okay. Okay, I wanted one more question for your Blue Point original IP. Like, this won't be part of the point, but like, what kind of game do you think it's gonna be? Like, what genre do you think it's gonna be?
Does this count a third-person narrative? Does that count?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's Sony's go-to, right? Like,
It
you know.
is.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking like a shooter,
Okay.
but I'm not confident in that. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Do
gonna
you
come out
think
Gorilla.
it's gonna be an open world at all?
Yeah, probably. Either I have fatigue for it.
Yeah.
I would love for them to remaster Bloodborne, but I'm not gonna make any Bloodborne predictions because I always do, and I always end up getting upset. So I will not be doing that this time. But
Okay.
yeah.
So I think we're going to see a trailer for Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth, the second part of the Final
That's what I
Fantasy
was gonna say
VII.
next. God damn it.
Okay.
And I think there's gonna be a release window in the first half of 2024.
Man, we have a lot of 2024 games this year.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna lose his point on that release window.
I don't think it'll be coming out until
I don't think it's gonna
2025.
have a release window.
All right. Am I up next?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think I mentioned this before, but we gotta get something from Naughty Dog. So, Last of Us multiplayer. It's time. It's been talked about. We're gonna get a release date for 2023.
For what was that again? For
The
Naughty Dog?
Last of Us multiplayer.
Okay. Last of Us 2 multiplayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get a standalone game, obviously.
So you don't think they've abandoned that?
No. Mm-mm. No, I'll be shocked if that's not shown. I'll be 100% shocked.
Multiplayer, and you think that's coming? And
I'm more guessing 2023.
okay, so you think like in the next couple months, you think they'll maybe kind of say like, hey, next month you'll get to play it, or is it gonna be like holiday season?
I'm gonna say holiday season.
Okay.
I think having that and Spider-Man would be a solid fall for Sony.
Okay.
I mean, they did that in 2018. They had Spider-Man in September and God of War in November. So it's not, and they had Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us a month apart. So I'm not worried about them cannibalizing each other. Two different audiences. So.
Okay. And I do want to say during the 25th anniversary Final Fantasy special they did last, I forget when that was, but I think it was last year. They said coming next winter, or it might have been this like spring or something, and it said coming next winter. So that's kind of why I'm like, winter could be first half of 2024. So that's where I thought that was coming from.
Okay.
I am going to
Okay.
say Bloodborne 2, just so I can ruin
Ooh.
this showcase for Brett when I'm ready.
2.
Okay.
Bloodborne 2 reveal.
Let me ask you this.
I think that might.
Well, this is gonna be. I'm gonna see what your opinion is. I already know the answer. Will From Software be involved?
Well, From Software?
Okay. Who's gonna work with them? Because Japan Studio shut
I don't
down.
know. I just know we're getting it. And you're going to be pissed when I'm the one who guessed
Oh, I think it's more likelihood that we get a remaster for the PS5 than we get a Bloodborne 2. But I would not be upset. I'll be happy. I'll be pissed that you got the point, but I would be definitely be hyped about it.
it. We adding this to the trivia points? Just go into our trivia battles.
We'll think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it, but
All right, Scott. Your
so we're
third
doing
prediction.
3.
Only 5 you get.
Okay, I need to think now because I used up my 2 big ones. So
Oh, we only get 3?
yeah, so this is it. So
Oh, I thought we had like as many as we want.
oh yeah, we can do as many as we want. But,
Yeah, I got more for that.
Okay. I think we'll see another new IP from. Oh wait, no, because No, yeah, another new IP from the developer that tried to make that PS5 launch title, that God Hand or whatever it was called. Do you remember that? Or
No.
Godfall or something like that?
Oh, but that wasn't a
Oh, that
first
wasn't
party.
That wasn't a first party?
No.
I thought that
Well,
was.
you can still guess for it.
Okay.
Godfall 2.
Yeah, yeah. Godfall 2. Announced.
See, Godfall would be a game that you would like.
Remember,
No.
Remember when I was rooting for like Rise 2?
Yeah, every single year.
I'm gonna say
Every
I'm gonna say Death Stranding 2. We're going to see more of that, and they're gonna say 2025 for Death Stranding 2.
That's a bad guess because I don't think they'd say a date if it's 2025.
Yeah.
I think Death Stranding 2 is a good, safe prediction.
Death Stranding 2.
I didn't think about that.
I mean, do I even need to say Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? I mean, I think that's
Ooh.
guaranteed to be shown, right? Or you guys think it won't be?
Well, I've heard a lot of rumors about that.
Who would be developing that one?
Konami?
I think you gotta give us the release
But
date
would
or something for that.
Kojima be involved with that?
No. Mm-mm.
Metal Gear Solid 2 remake?
3.
3 remake. So you think they're starting with remaking 3?
It's been rumored a
It's
lot.
been rumored a lot. That's why even.
You gotta
Is
give us
it-
like a release date or
Well,
something.
no, I would say, is it? Do I even count that as a prediction? Because I think that's been rumored a lot.
Well, I think you can count it if you want. You just gotta put like a release date or no release date, whatever.
Can I say 2024?
You want, yeah. It's gonna actually be just 2024, though.
No
No,
month?
spring 2024.
What?
That doesn't count.
Do I have to give a year? Or like a date? A window?
You gotta guess whatever you think it's gonna be. Like if they're gonna say spring 24, or are they gonna say coming 24?
What did it say 2024?
Then that'll count. If you said 24, but
2024. No fall, winter bullshit.
Okay.
I say 2024. I mean, I feel it's a cop out, but I feel like it's a safe. I think it's going to show that.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yep. Eric.
New IP from Naughty Dog. No release date.
Ooh, new IP from Naughty Dog.
What kind of genre? What kind of game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Eric.
Well, this doesn't have to count for my point, right?
Yeah, it does. You need to be more
I'll say
specific.
a third person
Open world, story-driven
game. Alright, one more guess, Scott.
Oh no.
Godfall
Let's-
3.
Let's make him keep
Yeah.
going.
Halo? You said Halo?
Let's make him keep going.
Oh. I thought you were going to have Scott say Halo.
Well, I made sure to steal
What's
Naughty
the
Dog
studio
IP.
that made
You got
Days
it.
Gone?
Oh, Bend?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's say new IP from Sony Bend, and it's gonna be a third-person action adventure.
It's a fair game. It's a fair
Yeah.
guess.
I've been hearing Days Gone too.
No, that's a one and done.
You think?
Yeah. Everybody left from that team from
really?
that game. Yeah, the CD left. I think some producers left.
Alright, I think that's probably it for our predictions. Unless you got anything else you kind of just want to throw in there? Not count it?
Silent Hills 2.
Oh.
Okay.
No, I said not count this good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We won't rate it.
Silent Hills 2.
I think that's a good yes. I've heard that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, they bought so many studios. I think we're getting some indie games, obviously, and
So no updated PlayStation? No one guessed that.
no,
No,
I don't
PlayStation
think
I think
so.
it's a year too early. I think that's next year.
Yeah, I think so. Well, let me see. So, the PS4 came out in 2013, and the Pro came out in 16. But I feel like it's gonna be longer. It's gonna be 3 years.
And then PlayStation 5 came out.
It's been so hard to just supply
In
like the
2020?
regular one. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that since it came out in COVID, like I think they'll probably wait longer on stuff.
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to Zelda here.
All right, yeah. So they're going back to Zelda. So we don't want to keep this episode going too much longer. Yeah, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Subscribe to the Take Aim Games channel on YouTube if you like the content, and feel free to like the video. Give us your comments. What do you think is going to be coming? How do you think we did?
A naked Gerudo!
Make fun of my
Oh,
trivia.
nice. Oh, give me that Maruga.
A naked